Here's Brody Brazil.
The voicemail line is always open and ready for you at 1-833-4-BRODY. I literally listen to every single message you leave, and then I get to play back and respond to the very best ones.
Eric from Orlando. My question to you is this. I've heard lots of whispers, and since you've covered the Pittsburgh Pirates a lot this year, I've seen lots of whispers about them actually spending money on the team this year. With everything you know and everything you get and all the information you get about baseball, do you think this will actually happen?
Eric, I appreciate the call, and you're right. I never thought I would be doing so many Pittsburgh Pirates videos, but they have certainly emerged as one of the problem franchises of Major League Baseball. And they've got a situation now, not a stadium situation where they're talking about relocation or moving this or that, but they've got one of the best phenoms in Major League Baseball, Paul Skeens. He is soon to enter his arbitration years. He's not there yet. But what is the team going to do? If they're going to play it cheap, they certainly can't do so with Paul Skeens. Are they serious about building a team? To your point, are they going to spend money? Does it start with Skeens? Does it start with players surrounding him? If you're really trying to build a team, you're eventually going to need to entice free agents. And I'm not sure right now that free agents are really wanting to come to the Pittsburgh Pirates. If there are these whispers out there, and I do agree with you because I've seen it from multiple sources, I don't have it on firsthand information, but to your point, I've seen it everywhere too, that the Pirates are reportedly planning on spending more this year on their player payroll. If that's out there, the Pirates are either helping put that out there or they're very happy at the least that is out there. That is intentional. If it's true, it's intentional. Because the Pirates want that narrative to exist because at the very least, they won't be accused of not spending and there's no potential of a grievance filed by the Major League Baseball Players Association. And we were close to that with the Athletics last year because there is this rule that teams receiving revenue sharing, teams receiving money, not paying into the competitive balance tax, like the Dodgers, like the Padres, like the Yankees, like the Mets. I'm talking about the low spending teams that receive that money, that luxury tax money. They need to spend 1.5x of the revenue sharing that they've received on their player salary and payroll. For example, the Athletics reportedly last year receiving about $70 million of luxury tax money, right? So they needed to spend at least 100 to get above that threshold so that the Players Association wasn't saying, hey, you need to spend more. So the Pirates at least trying to put that narrative out there. So they're either doing one thing. They're only talking the talk here to kind of get people off their shoulders and off their back, or maybe they're preparing to walk the walk. But if they're walking the walk, that's going to take some time, and we're going to have to actually see that starting to happen. Their opening day payroll last year, $87 million. The MLB median, like if you go to the 15th and 16th ranked payroll teams of Major League Baseball, right around $165 million. They were basically half of, I'm not going to say average, but half of the MLB median in spending, approximately. That's where they were. A little bit north of that, but not much. They've got a lot of ground to make up if they're actually going to be competitive about spending. There is speculation right now, to put this all into perspective, they're going to spend more? Like how much more? I don't know, $30 million more, maybe 40, maybe they'll get up to about $110 million this year. That is still $55 million short of the median. Not of the high-spending teams, but of the median. So, again, to put this into perspective, hearing that the Pirates are going to be big spenders, whoa. They're maybe planning on spending more, but maybe, again, this is just all a facade to promise people, to get people excited to see what's out there before they actually ever even do it, if, in fact, they'll ever even do it. The last Pittsburgh free agent hitter signed to a multi-year deal, John Jaso, in 2015. Former Athletic, by the way, former Mariner, I think, too. Good catcher, good guy in the clubhouse. I remember him as being a good Athletic, but signed to a 2-year, $8 million deal back in 2015. That's the last multi-year free agent deal the Pirates signed a hitter to, position player. Man, that just goes to show you they haven't done this in a very long time, and even when they did, that's a tiny deal. Paul Skeens, by the way, going back to that conversation, he's pre-ARB in 2026, means he's not eligible for any one of those 3 ARB years, which are going to happen for him in 2027, 2028, 2029. And basically the way that works is if they can't come to terms on something, he gets to file into arbitration. An arbitrator will decide the salary for Paul Skeens. That's how it works in Major League Baseball. But the point being, don't you want to avoid all that in the first place? Like, if you really are getting serious about spending more, about being a serious competitor, this one is the no-brainer. But also, you do need to surround Paul Skeens with free agents. And I'm just wondering at this point, players and their agents who know that about the Pirates, are they really enticed on becoming a Pittsburgh Pirate as being a free agent right now? Is it difficult for the Pirates to surround Paul Skeens with good, talented free agent baseball players? It probably is at this point. So even if the Pirates want to just spend money, if they're saying they're not going to spend irresponsibly, but it may be a situation where they're kind of locked out of the best talent because they're like, wait, if we don't even know you're signing your backbone, your superstar, your cornerstone, your foundation, why do I want to be there for 5 years? Right? Why would anybody sign up for that if they didn't know that the anchor wasn't set? Paul Skeens is that anchor. There are players like Connor Griffin, the shortstop and outfielder, who is projected to hit the big leagues in 2027. Bubba Chandler, right-hand pitcher, projected to have a good future with them in the upcoming seasons. And Seth Hernandez, not projected to hit the big leagues for a couple years, but also a right-handed pitcher. There are other prospects in the pipeline. But again, where do you give this money to if it's not your pipeline and it's not Paul Skeens and you're having trouble with free agents? So like where is this $30-something million actually going to go? So I know the point of the question, and I can't obviously answer it specifically yet because we don't know, but we're at that point where the Pirates can start talking the talk. But they also need to start walking the walk, and until they do that, it's hard to believe that they're ever going to change their spending habits. And I'm telling you, Paul Skeens is the tipping point here. Paul Skeens is everything in what they're bound to do, and I'm sure they love having him and they love winning every time he gets a start, but if they don't do something with him and for him, then obviously that's a sign that they're not taking this as seriously as everybody else wants them to. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Also, thumbs up while you're down there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I would love to see you back here next time.